September, we took some time to talk about basic toasting methods. Okay, and in the first 2 weeks in September, we spoke more to the guys, telling guys how to start a conversation, how to navigate the conversation. You don't have to be scared to do so. Some people have to get tipsy before they can ask a girl out. Some people have to get high. They need to take substance. They need to, so that they can douse their fears and lose all their drawbacks and inhibitions. But we're telling people, hey, it's not that bad, man. You don't have to do all of that to talk to a lady. Or you should not see a lady you desire and you don't have the balls, to talk to her. No, these things can be learned. You see, and we did justice to that. Please, I'll encourage you, go to our YouTube handle right away or channel right away, Single and Ready Club, and watch those videos, basic toasting methods 1 and 2. And then last week we decided to take some time to talk to the ladies. Okay, it's not just about the guys who are running after the ladies, but we decided to just share a few things with the ladies, and if I would just run through them as quickly as possible, I will try not to explain. I'll just touch the points. Okay, and I called it what every lady needs to know, or my advice for young ladies. Okay, the first thing I said was that you do not have to say yes to a relationship simply because you're being asked out. Okay, if someone is asking you out, it can be yes, it can be no, it can be hold on, it can be not now, it can be give me some time. You see, but it does not have to be yes. Some people don't know how to say no. Some people don't know how to deter a relationship offer. Even when they know they have no business with this person, they just feel like, somebody is asking me out too. The answer has to be yes, I have to agree. No, you don't have to agree. I won't go into more explanation than this. Please look for that session on YouTube and enjoy it there. Okay, and then I also said the second point I said was you must not be in a relationship per time. Okay, there are some people who in the space of 5 years have been in 6 relationships. You close one, you enter the next one, close one, you enter the next one, in fact, you're in one, you start prospecting for the next one, destroy this one, dive to that one. Come on, what are you doing? Do you understand? No, don't play with your heart like that. And you see, take note. These are the people who come out with funny and unacceptable relationship advice. They tell you, all the skewed concepts of love and attraction and all of those things. These are people who exalt feelings as against selfless love and commitment. You see, you cannot have a good and proper relationship if you don't understand what selflessness is. You see, but then they jump from pillar to post here and there, and then they come out with funny ideas. You must not be in a relationship per time. If one spoils now, please wait. Don't jump into another one. Even if one is not spoiling, feel free to just tell yourself you are not ready for a relationship at this time. Do you understand? So that you focus on developing yourself, and bringing out all of those great things on your inside. It will help you in the long run. Okay, the third point I shared was women or ladies should learn to build confidence in themselves. And I said that this confidence should not be tied to anything around you. Not your jewelry, not your hair, not your fingernails, not your clothes, not your wealth, not your connections, not the men in your lives. No, your own confidence based on an understanding of the value that you carry in yourself. And just to remind you, we reminded you that you were created in the image and likeness of God. That means you have the value of God. Nothing, nobody, no situation should ever make you look down on yourself. All right. We also said that guys look at ladies who have, self-confidence issues, and they prey on them, P-R-E-Y, they jump on them and devour them. Those are the types that men like to put in their corner and just be using them as they like and manipulate their lives. So please, that should not be you. Build confidence. All right. The fourth point I shared was that your feelings belong to you. Control them. Don't go and be doing, I have feelings for you, I have feelings for you, and that we are feeling for each other. What should we now do? Let us be philanthropists. No, don't be a filler. All right. Your feelings are yours. Control them. You don't have to tell everybody you have feelings for them. You have feelings for them. You don't have to give full expression to all of those feelings. No, you don't. Some feelings should be disciplined and should be subdued, and some feelings should just be switched off and sent out of your body. Do you understand? You can do it because you have control of your body. Don't believe that nonsense idea that love puts you in a state where you are helpless, you lose control, that's rubbish. That's not love. Okay? That's not love, all right? When you're in love, you are in full full control, because love is service, it's responsibility, it's selflessness, it's sacrificial. You know what you are doing. Don't think you don't know. No, you know. Okay, so your feelings belong to you, control them. Then the fifth point we said was learn how to be close to him yet far away. In other words, don't just throw yourself to this person at once. Don't just behave like, now that you have asked me out, finally my life is made, and you just jump on the person, give them all your time. You have nothing else you're doing with your life. You're calling him morning, afternoon, night. You always want to be with him. You always want to do video call. You want to no, give yourself some space. You see, with some level of scarcity, there's increase of value. Don't throw yourself at him. Even the Bible says somewhere in Proverbs that seldom step your foot in your neighbor's house. Too much of you and he'll be tired of you. Do you understand? So at that stage, while he's still trying to pursue you, still indicating interest, please have the wisdom to show restraint. Sometimes, just make yourself scarce. Even if your day is clear and you guys are going to hang out, just tell him you have only 2 hours of your time, and then go back and do something else. Make him know that you have other meetings, you have other people to meet. Let him not just feel like your world or your life revolves around him. Okay, so learn how to be close yet far away. And like I tell people, you have a long time to do this relationship thing. Don't tell your full life in the first meeting you people are having. Okay, that will be the next point. And the sixth point I said was be conservative with personal information. Not every information is for you to share. You meet somebody today, you have told him your full life, your destiny, your family, your past, present, future, everything. Come on, you don't do that. All right, let him find out things with time. If he does not have the wisdom to know what to ask about, you have the wisdom to keep certain things quiet and silent. Do you understand? Don't talk as if you people will not have tomorrow to discuss. If you gist everything today, what will you gist tomorrow? You see? And sometimes when people run out of gist, they don't have another thing to do now. They start pressing breast and, looking for who to sleep with and stuff like that. You see? So please have things to talk about. If you don't have conversations, you'll be distracted. You'll be thinking of feelings and looking at body. Okay, what else did I say there? So be conservative with personal information. All right. You meet somebody today, the next thing is asking you, how do you like sex, or how was your last, when last did you have, and they're talking all those sex conversations, please don't, that's not open for discussion. Who are you in a relationship with last? How did he end? What happened? He doesn't need to know all of that just yet. Do you understand? Talk about other things about life to know whether there's even a chance to get into the personal area of your life or not. Do you understand? So much for that point. The next point I said in the seventh point was please develop yourself. Develop yourself. I cannot overemphasize that. Be an intelligent person, okay? Bring something to the table, okay? Don't just don't have nothing to contribute to the conversation. Just wow, oh really? Interesting. Wow. Then when they bring gossip, celebrity gist, BBN, hey, you come in and they are all over the place. Unless you're making money from those things and it is a path of your purpose, please spend time on other more productive and mentally developing activities. Okay, it's like I've used my full session to be doing recap from last week. So much for that point. The final point we shared last week was don't give wife benefits when you're not yet wifed. Okay, don't give wife benefits. Please now, we cannot overemphasize this point. He is not your husband. Don't start going to spend the weekend with him. You guys will be tempted to sleep with each other because there are feelings involved. Do you understand? Don't start washing his clothes. I don't even get that concept. Don't start washing his clothes. All right? Don't start going over to cook for him. There was this video that trended online where a lady was about leaving for after the weekend with her boyfriend, and she made this beautiful pot of soup, and she said, this is how she likes to leave his house, so that when he comes back and sees food, you don't have time for any other lady, or no other lady will be there to cook for you. Who sent you message? At the end of the day, he will leave you now. You start crying heartbreak everywhere. You're not married to him. You see, by the time you start giving wife benefits to unmarried men, why should they marry you? The formal marriage. Because they're already married to you now. What else are they looking for? You already live in the house. You already cook for them. You already run their personal lives. You already give them sex. What else are they looking for? Why should they be in a hurry to get married to you? There's no other reason, because they are getting everything that they already want. So, not to overemphasize that point, don't give wife benefits until you are married. Okay, let him look for you. That's part of the ways you are close yet far. Okay, as a matter of principle, don't sleep over yet. Don't cook yet. Yeah, maybe once in a while you cannot necessarily, maybe he visits you, he comes over, you cook for him, you give him something to take away and stuff like that. That's different than when you have become the perpetual cook in a man's house that you are not married to. You're not doing well, you're reducing your value. Anyway, all that was the recap for last week. So I hope we can jump straight into the questions for today. Are you ready? If you're ready, please let me see you type in the comments. Just say ready. Okay, that will let me know that somebody is following and somebody is ready to rock and roll with the Q&A. Okay, so I'll wait for you for a bit, and then you just drop it there, and then probably drop some love, splash some love in the atmosphere, let everywhere be calm and cool. All right, I see you guys. It's good to see you. Okay, so the first question, I put this up on my status on WhatsApp because I saw something that captured it so well and I loved it. And the question is, should I fight for someone I love, or should I just relax because if he is mine, I don't have to fight for him? Great question there. Yes, more people are ready. Thank you so much. Okay, Ian, thank you. Should I fight for someone I love, or just relax because if he is mine, I don't have to fight for him? And someone put there in the post I shared that, motivational speakers have caused problem because this one tells you fight. You need to go for it. You need to go. You need to go get it. You need to go. And then another one tells you, you don't need to fight for it. If it is yours, it will come to you. And you're wondering, okay, see me, see brother. I like brother like me. Should I make effort? Should I not make effort? He's asking me out. Should I be difficult? Should I not be difficult? Should I make him pursue me? That's another thing I wish I could talk about. Let him pursue me, or should I just give in, to the relationship already? Well, the question here right now says, should I fight for someone I love, or should I just relax? And then if he is mine, I don't have to fight for him. Someone says anti-fight too. Aha. The comments are coming in. Okay. Yeah, I mean, okay, so let me do this first. It's important to understand context. Okay? Because this one that you say someone you love, let's even really understand what the extent or the definition or the nature of that love you're talking about is. You see, now this someone you love, are you already in a relationship with this person? This relationship you are in, is it the type that we talk about, the type we preach in the Single and Ready Club, that is directed or is aimed towards marriage? Is it a marital relationship? Or are you guys still in a situationship? Are you guys still trying to see how it goes kind of ship? Okay, so let's even understand it. Are you already in a relationship? Is it a committed one that is leading to marriage? Or is this just somebody that you're tripping for and you're hoping that you will have your time in this world? You see, now it's important to say this because I have seen all sorts on this counseling journey. Okay, I have seen ladies who are going after a man who has not even seen them, does not regard them, does not even know that they are there, but they just believe that this is my man, he is my husband, he is my boyfriend. It is me or nobody else. He has not met you, or even has probably met you and does not, he's not even seen you. You're not in his, what's the word now? You're not in his view. You see, but you believe that now here, then go die put. You see, now if that is the kind of one you're talking about, I will come to that advice later, please. But now, if this is somebody you're in a serious relationship with, get towards marriage, then listen to me. Yes, you should fight for your relationship. You should fight for someone you love. Love is always worth the fight. Now, this fight we are talking about, of course, it's not holding the shirt and breaking bottles and slapping and punching. Do you understand? It's not that. We're not saying you go fight somebody else. And let me just say this as an aside so that I don't forget it. In the past few weeks, we've seen a number of breaking news of people who went after, who went to as it were, attack their husbands, because they were with other ladies. And then in one of those cases, very unfortunate situation, the woman was pursuing her husband and she had an accident and died. And husband and side chick have moved on. Well, in another case, they said the woman went over to the so-called side chick and gave her a dirty slap. And side chick came down from the car, raised the woman up and slammed her on the ground. Okay, and they said that as at that point the woman was not moving. They don't know whether she don't faint or whether she don't die. Okay, you see, I'm saying that because that is not the fight we are talking about. It's not physical fight. They can beat you, they can humiliate you. If you don't have any shame left in your body, you can be so humiliated that you will not like what you see. That's not what we're talking about. It's not physical fight. Okay, when we talk about fighting for love, we're saying you're not giving up. All right, you're already in a committed relationship. You guys already share certain values together. You already see a future together. However, there are certain issues that are not seeming to work in the relationship. Okay, now this is one thing I like to do for young people. When sometimes they're having this kind of confusions in the relationship, I ask them, I do a basic assessment, and I call it a fundamental check. This person in question, have you done the check spiritually? In other words, do you believe the same things? Are you of the same faith? Okay, what are your values spiritually? Are you guys in sync? Yes. Mentally, are you guys in sync? Yes. However, there are these areas you're having issues. What I tell them is, see, the fact that the most fundamental areas of your life, you guys are in harmony there, then know that these issues are behavioral things or things that you guys need to work on. And you should not be surprised that you're having those issues because both of you are two different people, two different backgrounds, different experiences, different everything. Okay, that is the work of marriage. You have to learn, how to walk through those differences. That is where we say fight for it. Don't give up just yet. There are people who have given up on their guys, ladies who have given up on their guys simply because he doesn't know how to call. Listen, that might be something you need to teach him and he may catch on with that with time. The typical guy doesn't know how to call like that per se. Yes, he likes you. Yes, he thinks of you. He just doesn't know he should call you. You come visiting and you go home. He doesn't know he should check on you. Have you gotten home? How was the trip back? How was are you fine? Is everything? Are you well settled in? He doesn't know he should check. You do a new hair. He doesn't know he should let you know, oh, wow, this is beautiful. He doesn't know that yet. But you keep comparing him with all the other playboys in your life. And then you break up because he is not romantic. Meanwhile, those are things that can be worked on. I hope somebody understands what I'm saying. You see, so it's good you identify, where the challenges are, and then you don't give up just yet. So long as you believe in this thing you're doing, and it has all the indications that it can work. In that case, you fight for love. You stay there. You keep hoping. You don't give up. In 1 Corinthians 13, the love chapter, in verse 7, it says, love perseveres. Love always hopes, always trusts. Love does not give up. Love never fails. That is what we mean when we say fight for what you love. Do you understand? Or for whom you love. All right? But then again, we also need to be sure that this person you are putting your fight on is even interested in you and is ready to make this relationship work. You see, if the person has moved on, or the person has certain tendencies that are very destructive, to your value system, please, that's not what we're saying you should fight for. Have some self-respect, have some faith in God that you can get out of this, you can get over this relationship and move on. Okay? You're in a place where it's an abusive relationship, is making a mess of you, dehumanizing you, manipulating you, controlling you, making you less of yourself by the day, and then you say, oh, I'm fighting for what I love. That is not the one we're talking about. Not the one that destroys you. Okay? So this person that you're fighting for, is he also ready to put in the effort for you? Does he love you? Does he show commitment to you? If that is the case, and then you guys are just having some issues here and there, please hold on, stay strong, and don't give up. Fight for love. All right? Or there are other girls in the corner that are trying to get his attention. No way, no time. You don't give them don't give them any loophole, don't give them any space. No way. Now, I'm not saying you go and start attacking those people. I'm saying let your presence and usefulness to the relationship be so strong and be so felt that your partner, your guy, is so proud of you and you fill up his head. Okay? Now, if he decides to be indisciplined and irresponsible, and despite all the effort you're putting in, he is still there running after every skirt, then just tell yourself that this person might not be worth you. Okay, because like I said earlier, the person you're fighting for has to also show signs that he's ready to fight for you, and that you are the most important person in his world right now. I hope somebody gets that. So, to answer that question straight up, yes, if it's a serious relationship headed towards marriage, you have to fight for that relationship. Fight for who you love. Okay, don't sit down there and say, after all, I am the one. He will come out. Even now, he will move on. He will move on, or he will just move neat. Somebody will collect him neat from your hand. You gotta be running for prayer meeting here and there. If prayer meeting does not work, you're gonna be swearing. Go and look for when all of those ones are not working, you're gonna attack the girl physically, and then she will beat you up. And then these days that everybody has camera ready phones, they will video you and you will trend on national and international television. And then what will you say? You have embarrassed yourself, your family, your clan, your village, and everybody that's associated with you. You see, you don't want to do that. Okay, so take note of the context of this love. If it is somebody whom you're seriously in a marital relationship, then please don't give up just yet. And this is important because when you get married, you're going to face issues. And you need to know how to fight for that love that is special to you guys. You need to know how to make it work. Okay? So if you don't learn how to do it now, when those issues come in the marriage, I mean, you might be lily-livered and just give up, and before anything happens, you're already looking for the way out. You see, you have to learn to fight for love. Okay? Love does not give up just like that. It doesn't give up easily. Okay? I hope I've done justice to that. Oh, at some point I wrote somewhere, I said your crush is not your partner. Because when we're talking about fighting for love, some people, it's their crush they're going to fight for. Okay, that's not what we're talking about. It's the one that you are already in a relationship with, not somebody you're crushing on. Your crush is not your partner. You are not in a relationship with your crush. Crush is the one you're still tripping for, hoping that you guys will become an item. It has not happened yet. Okay, at best, what you can do, refer to our teaching last week, what we taught on how you can plant yourself around his space technically. There are ways to do these things. He sees you, he notices you. He doesn't know that you are the one who have noticed him and who have given him certain signals that he should key on. Do you understand? Yes, there are ways you can put yourself in his radar, and he will find you and he will come after you. And listen, there is nothing also wrong in you initiating the conversation. There is nothing wrong with you initiating the friendship. It is absolutely okay to initiate friendship with somebody with whom somebody you're interested in for a relationship. Let me say it again. Somebody needs to hear this. A lady needs to hear this. It is absolutely okay to initiate friendship with a guy whom you hope to get in a relationship with. It is okay. Okay? What is important is that you are mature enough to coordinate yourself. You see, that's the point I spoke about last week, about learning how to control your emotions. Where you make him feel like, yeah, there's no big deal. I mean, it's just because we met at that conference. It's not like, yeah, there's no big deal. No. You know, meanwhile, every day you're praying in your house, Lord, give him to me. Lord, this one, he must notice me. Meanwhile, when you go out there and he sees you, you just do like you don't see him, or you didn't even see him. You know, he calls you and you're like, you look like, oh, you're that guy we met. Oh, wow. Meanwhile, now you first see him. Now you scope him first. Before he even saw you, you know exactly what you're doing. Do you understand? It's okay to do that. But don't get to the point where you betray your feelings. I mean, some ladies don't know how to do this. Before anything, you have thrown yourself at the guy. You're all over him. You are calling him, checking on him. And before long, the guy will just notice that, hey, like I got myself a cheap meat, and let me go and eat. Do you understand? And unfortunately, you are disappointed. Now, if you had managed that well, okay, that could have become something worthwhile. I hope somebody understands what I'm saying. All right. So if it's somebody you like, yeah, know how to strategically plant yourself in this environment gracefully. You know, don't throw yourself at him. Be around him. He will think he's the one coming after you. He will not even know that you are the one who have come after him, programmed him, and put him on the, you have pressed play and he's not playing the script. He does not know it's your script he's playing. You see, so you need to learn how to do that. But again, like I say, not every lady can do that without betraying their feelings. All right. So, so much for this point. Next point, or next question, sorry. Question number 2. What makes a man no longer want to keep a relationship? What makes a man no longer want to keep a relationship? I'll just run through a couple of points. It could be any of those. Of course, we don't know the full context of this relationship, so I'll speak generally. Okay, 1, he may be confused about what exactly he wants. There are many people like that. They don't really know what they want. You see, they came after you because you wore a beautiful skirt. Now they see another beautiful skirt and they are now running for that one. They come after you because of your complexion. Now they see somebody with even a smoother and finer skin and they start running for that one. You see, they come after you because of what you carry on your body. And now they see another type and they say, hi, it's like this one, now go make sense pass. And they start going for that one. You see, so there are people who really, there are guys who really don't know what they want. The moment he's coming after you because of any of these, rather physical attractions or any reasons that I consider not solid enough, any of these ephemeral reasons, these things that are just temporal, I mean, today he was tripping for that. Tomorrow it's possible that he's now tripping for somebody else. So you see, such a person doesn't know what he wants. And I tell ladies, listen, it is not your work to help a man to become focused who is not focused. You can't do it. Let me explain what I mean. You meet this guy, he is clearly a playboy, clearly an unserious guy. You believe that you are the last bus stop that will lock him down and teach him how to be well-mannered, how to not be running. Who do you really think you are? You are number 37 who has tried this thing and failed. You're 37, you are not even, you are not a hero. Please understand me. So, if you see those signs that this guy is not serious, he's not ready to be committed, you will see the signs, you will always know it. But unfortunately, sometimes people keep deceiving themselves. Don't worry, one of these days, I think the next session, I'll check what I have lined up for next month, but we're soon going to treat red flags, okay? You would see the signs, all right? Don't pretend when you're seeing them. Don't deceive yourself, I can change him, I will change him. By the time I hold him tight, I will drag him to my church, he will meet my pastor. Calm down, no. Guy man is guy man. If you like, be carrying him up and down, So, why am I even saying all of this? Why am I saying all of this? He might not know exactly what he wants. All right? He might not want you. So, when the guy starts the relationship and before long, he is confused and running after somebody else or looking for one flimsy reason to give you attitude or to just break the relationship, don't fight it. That's not the type that we spoke earlier that we said fight for love. No, this one, the man does not know what he wants. All right, so it's one of the reasons why guys, no longer want to keep a relationship. Okay, now in another vein, okay, he knows exactly what he wants and he has discovered that she is not what he wants. You see, so maybe at the beginning he thought that, yeah, she was really cool. I mean, they met at this professional function and she was very well coordinated and he thought, yeah, that this girl, yeah, she's exactly what I want. I like how composed she is. And you did not even know that day she was that composed because she was hungry. No strength to argue. They had not served food. She had a stressful day at the office before coming for that function. So she did hungry. She doesn't have, you say she's very composed. Wait, only for you to meet her after the next 2 times that you guys met, and then she's in her full element, and then you're wondering, this is not what I want to. Do you understand? So it's possible that he has now seen that, hey, this is not what he wants, and he wants to run away. I beg, no verse. It's true, I told you that I love you, but 1 or 2 things have come up. It's not like, and he starts dancing around. So it's possible that now he knows exactly what he wants, and now he has seen that this person is not exactly what I thought she was. It's possible. And the reasons can be, I mean, there's so many. Basically, I can just put it around compatibility. He may have just noticed that I'm not compatible with this girl. Spiritually, mentally, maybe intellectually, socially. He may have just discovered that, no, me and this girl, we're not speaking the same language, we're not going the same direction. No, this thing, we go struggle, we go struggle, it won't work. It won't work at all. No need to push it. Do you understand? So it might be one of the reasons why he starts backing down and, he's like, he's no longer interested. Okay. Another reason could be that she is not giving him what he wants. He wants a relationship where she can come over every weekend, cook for him, wash his clothes, and be his mistress. And she's not ready to do that. And the guy says, hey, who do you think you are? You think you're so special? I beg, I don't even want you again, Joe. Go away, because he wants people who will come and fulfill those fantasies for him or those roles for him. But like we have said, don't give wife duties when you are not wife. Okay? So if he's the kind of person who wants what she is not willing to deliver, yes, he might start picking up quarrels with you every now and then. Some guys literally and outrightly tell the girl, hey, listen, I can't be in this relationship and we're not sexually involved. Who do you think? Why are you forming spirituality? Are you Virgin Mary or what? Do you understand? So, and more so if they know that maybe the girl was active in her previous relationship or at some point in her life, like, why is it now in my turn you're claiming you want to be celibate what? I beg, So it's possible that she's not giving him what he wants and he's tired and he doesn't want to continue the relationship. It's one of the reasons. Okay. And another reason could be that he has gotten what he wants and he's moving on. At the beginning when he saw you, he liked your body. He came after your body. He used flowers, niceness, acts of kindness, and all of those things to get your attention. It's your body he wanted. He has gotten it. Chop, clean mouth, drank water, belly full, and he's looking for the next target. You see, so it could be any of these reasons, really. It could be any of these reasons. My point is, you, the lady in question, don't force yourself on a man. If he's not convinced that he wants you, I don't even think it's your work necessarily to convince him. Because you see, the thing about relationship and marriage, the way you do your relationship is how you would do your marriage. I don't know a better way to word that. The characteristics of that relationship is going to become the characteristic of the marriage. If you are the one always running after him, always trying to, you are the one, you will do anything to just get his acceptance. Some men just take that as a cue to have this woman at their beck and call, and they start, sending you on errands anyhow, talking to you anyhow, just treating you anyhow, because you must not, you die there, like they say, and before it's the same thing that will go into the marriage. He will just be laid back, I've handled cases like this severally. The man is laid back, he's not doing anything because the woman, she's the go-getter, she's the one that has been running after him, if there's no fuel in the house, she's the one that will run and go and make sure she buys fuel, and all of those things, and you're wondering, hey, what's this guy really doing? You see? So, please, if he is not convinced that he wants you and he's deliberately coming after you, please don't be the one. It's not designed that way. It's not designed that way, really. Yes, like I've said, it's okay. A woman can initiate friendship. In one or two cases, I know ladies who asked their guys out and it became a relationship here. But understand that it's not nature. Nature does not design it that way. Let me just put it like that. Okay. It's a good thing for the man to want you, to come after you. All right. So if he's not wanting you, please don't push yourself on him. Leave him alone. The one that will desire you will come after you. All right. So that's to speak to that question of what makes a man no longer want to keep a relationship. It could be that he's confused, he doesn't know what he wants. It could be that he knows exactly what he wants and she's not fitting. They're not compatible intellectually, spiritually, their values, moral values, and all of that. Okay, it's also possible that she's not giving him what he wants. Okay, and it's possible that he has gotten what he wants and wants nothing more. He's out for the next game. He needs the next adventure. Those are the kind of men who will tell you, why should I eat a bono soup all the time? I want to taste a dick icon. I want to taste mofo nubu. I want to taste a goosey, I want to try something else. And you see, he has got to what he wants. He wants to move. You see, if he's that kind of person, you are not the one that will change him. You are not a life changer, what changer. It's not you. Leave him alone. Cut your losses. Go and pray to God, and God will restore you and give you a better man. All right? So, question number 3. Wow, look at me. I hope I can touch more questions before. Okay. When a man has said he isn't interested in a relationship with you anymore and says you both should just be friends, should you still be calling him and keeping in touch with him? Very good question. The guy has told you, I mean, he was decent enough or mature enough, as the case may be, to let you know that for whatever reason, he doesn't think you guys should continue the relationship, okay? And then now you're asking, should you still be in touch with him? Should you still be calling him and keeping in touch? Okay, now sometimes this can be environment specific. I mean, if he's the kind of person who is maybe your choir member in church or your group member in church, or, you know, you guys are neighbors, or you guys see regularly, your colleagues at work, or you just can't avoid seeing each other. Yeah, it might still be okay to maintain basic, take note of what I'm saying, basic professional courtesies. Hello, good morning. How are you doing? Oh, great. Have a great day. Oh, do your best to not go beyond that. Don't go personal. Don't go, so how was the weekend? Now, were you able to get some rest? How is everything? No. Keep it at what I call basic professional courtesies. Hello. So good to see you. Now, by the way, let me just deviate a bit. Have you noticed that many people are very kind and polite and courteous and well-behaved only in their email communications with people? In real life, they are very rude and stubborn. But email and office work, oh, how are you? Thank you so much. Meanwhile, in real life, they cannot say thank you to somebody. They cannot say sorry to somebody. But because it's work, oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, please, how did they speak on this grammar again? This customer care English. Oh, you know, we're so sorry. We're doing everything within our powers to rectify story. In real life, they're insulting you. But you see, professionally, oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, thank you. Oh, wow, good to see you. Meanwhile, they are sorry for you. They are right. Nothing good to see you at all. You see? Now, my point is, learn how to give those professional courtesies, okay? But do your best to maintain some space. Now, the reason for this is because you need to protect your heart. You see, he has already told you he's not interested. Why do you want to be keeping in touch? Hoping that he will change his mind? And the kind of in touch here, you know, like you said, is still calling and keeping it. So you're checking on him morning, checking on him afternoon, checking on him evening, you know, wanting to still be involved in his life in one way or the other. No, you don't need to do that. You need to protect your heart. Proverbs 4, what verse is that? Guard your heart with all diligence. Is that verse, 23 or so? You know, guard your heart with all diligence, because out of it flows the issues of life. Yes, official grammar. Sincere apologies. Meanwhile, no apology. In fact, warm regards. Meanwhile, no regard for you at all. You see all those kind of things. You need to learn how to use professional courtesies, you know, for such a person. Do you understand? So, greetings, yeah, say hi once or twice, but please, you have to reduce, you know, those personal communication and reaching out to them. No. If they want you, then let them come after you. All right? But create some gap. It's good for your mental health. It's good for your mind. You know, it's good so that you can heal, you can, you know, build your self-esteem and self-concept back, you know, and you can move on and have a life, you see. But if you keep reaching out to this person, keep trying to be nice, trying to be kind, trying to do everything, trying to meet all the needs in his life, you know, just trying to be around him and do everything, and he is not interested, you will be hurting yourself. You will not being in a relationship with somebody that is not in a relationship with you. And if you push this thing too far, man, he will see opportunity to eat food and he will eat. The food he's eating does not mean he loves the food. He just saw food, he was hungry, and he ate. If you don't understand what I'm saying, that's your business. Anyway, if you deliver yourself to him and become vulnerable and be at his mercy, he can sleep with you and you will think that it is now love. It's not love. Or that thing he told you at the beginning that he's not interested. He's not interested. It did not change. You see? But he saw opportunity. You delivered yourself to him. and he consumed like the hungry lion that he is. You see, but my point is protect your heart, because these are the things that happen, and many people deceive themselves. Oh, we'll come back together after, we still talk, we still do all of those things. He's not interested. He has told you clearly. Okay, so please move on and let God help you. All right. In fact, try your best to avoid him. Try your best to avoid him. Yes, try to avoid him. Next question. Why do men feel so interested at the beginning and then slow down and eventually? Oh, okay, good. We answered this already. So I believe the answers I gave in the question before this one, I believe that can speak to this. Why men are interested at the beginning and later they're no longer interested and they start ghosting the lady. It can be any of those things I told you. He doesn't know what he wants, or he knows what he wants and she's not what he wants, or she's not giving him what he wants, or he has collected what he wants already. It can be any of those reasons, all right? And anyhow they garnish it, it might be any of them. You know how they break up and they tell you, oh, it's not you, it's me. It's me. I'm just going through a stage of my life. I remember one young man those days that he used to use salvation experience. He used to use salvation to deceive girls and break up with them. When he wants to move on with a girl, he will make sure that she accompanies him for a church program. Whether they do altar call or not, he will give his life to Christ that day. Oh my God, he will not tell her, oh, now that I've given my life to Christ, I can't be doing this thing again. No. She will not say, yeah, it's true. Meanwhile, Oga has gone to look for the next control. Okay, please don't mind those kind of people. Anyway, so next question. I just got out of a relationship. How do I know when it's time to get into another? I just got out of a relationship. How do I know when it's time to get into another? Where do I start from with this? Okay, so first question is, what lessons did you pick out of that relationship? I always ask these questions, and surprisingly, many times people don't have answers for me. There's nothing they can say they picked. There's no lesson learned, and that's not fair. You didn't do yourself good. So first things first, what lessons have you taken out of that relationship? And every time I talk about this, I'm not talking about lessons like, men are just unreliable. You can't trust a man. All these men, if you do everything in this world, he will still cheat on you. That's not what we're talking. That's not the lesson. I'm talking about lessons that apply to you, not the other partner, the other party. You. What lessons, in what ways have you improved? What values have you added? What wisdom have you garnered from this experience? What were the things that caused your quarrels? How did you handle them? When you meet the next person and he behaves in this way, would you know what to do? Do you know how to navigate certain kinds of conversations now? What lessons have you learned from that relationship? Let's start with that one. Let's settle that one first. Do you understand? Before we know whether you're even ready for another one. So first of all, take time to find out what you have learned. And take note, this is not a 1 hour session. Just say 5 points I learned from this relationship. 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, I've learned my lessons. No, you need to take time to reflect. You need to take time to heal. Okay? You need to take time to learn. It's like you're doing an appraisal. You're checking this, checking that, getting different indicators and checking. We did a series on how healthy is your relationship. We called it healthy relationship indices. So you can go on our YouTube and look for that that series. Okay, and it will show you a number of areas where you can check the value of that relationship in your life. Okay, first of all, you need to do that appraisal before you even think of getting on to another relationship. But the other thing I will tell you is really you need to seek professional services. Speak with a counselor, speak with a relationship counselor or coach, or therapist. Okay, now, because the thing is, there are certain areas you might not be able to get into by yourself that we will be able to get into. We'll be able to take you there. Listen, many people are unable to confront their truth. Many people run away from their truth. They see it is glaring, but they avoid it. They can't face it. They can't deal with it. A counselor will know how to take you to that corner of your life, treat the issue, and then bring you out better and brand new. Listen to me, there are people who are in their 40s who are still stuck with certain experiences they had at 11, 12, 16, 19. If you don't know how to get there and deal with that issue, it can continue with you for life and keep hurting you and damaging your relationships and damaging even your marriage and your children. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's important that you speak with a seasoned, counselor or therapist, as the case may be, a relationship coach that knows their onions, people who have the insight for this matter. It's not just your friends or committee of friends. Somebody said that, have you noticed that many times when people are having relationship issues, they are talking with other people who are single, who are not in relationship? How are those ones going to be the ones that will be advising you when they are not in relationship and they don't even know the dynamics of what you're talking about? Or perhaps they're even beefing you that you saying you go enter a relationship. I want to marry before you somebody's proposing to you. What nonsense. So you don't even know what they're thinking concerning you and your relationship, and they're the ones you're talking to. No, seek professional help. Okay, seek professional help. And then I think somehow that internal leading in you will let you know when it is time. Okay, but remember the point I made last week, that you don't always have to be in a relationship. In fact, what you should do is get to the point where you're in a relationship with yourself. Like my friend said in August, Coach Abibo, in the sessions we had in August, he said a lady who is not able to take care of herself has no business being in a relationship. Be able to take care of yourself first. And we're not just talking about financially, mentally, psychologically. Have the maturity to cater for yourself. Know how to handle your emotions. Do you understand? Learn how to be a person of purpose. Okay? Know how to be committed to something. Know what your values are. Know what your discipline level is. Know what things are your weaknesses, what things you should avoid. Do you understand? It's because many people lack self-awareness that they jump into certain things that they should not even be doing. For example, you know or you don't know that alcohol should not be found around you. Yet, because friends are drinking, you will go and drink. And out of other people that drank, you are the one that will fall down inside gutter. You see? Because all those people, they have very high threshold. They can do 7 bottles. You have. You're already seeing stars and signs in the skies. But yet, you will carry yourself and be tasting things because people are doing it. You see, it shows that such a person lacks self-awareness and self-discipline. So to a large extent, you need to be sure that you are whole in yourself, before you are thinking about getting into a relationship. I will have to stop here for now. I have 2 other questions. Can I feel like I have 5 minutes. Okay, let me see if I can take the next question in 5 minutes. I'll try and just hit it. Okay. The next question says, how do I get my ex out of my mind? How do I get my ex out of my mind? We have broken up, but the memories are there. Oh my God, I see him every night in my dreams. I see you, I feel you. That is why by heart we go on. Do you understand? So, this person fills up your mind, fills up your head. You shared a lot of nice memories together, but now the relationship is no more. How do you get out of it? I tell people, when you have a heartbreak, feel free to cry very well, cry. Don't be in denial, cry. Satisfy your cry well. But after crying, at some point you'll have to move on. And that's very important. You owe it to yourself. Don't deny those emotions. Okay? But there are a few points I will just try and run through very quickly. One of the first and basic things we like to tell people is cut off communication with that person. As in literally cut it off, sever it. Okay? By that, I mean block his number. Don't see his updates, don't see his WhatsApp status, don't receive calls from his line, don't see his text messages, block his number. I don't tell people delete his number, because you know that his number is not even in your phone, it's in your heart, it's printed in your heart. So even when you delete the one in your phone, one day you yourself will carry the phone by yourself and dial the number it's on speed dial in your head. You do understand? So it's not just about deleting it, but block him or her so that you're not seeing their updates, you're not seeing what's going on in their lives, because it can hit you hard on so many fronts. You can see them having a nice time and you feel like it is because they have left you that they're celebrating. They can make a post and you say he's referring to me or she's referring to me, because she knows I had this issue at one point. So you don't want to see their updates. So severe communication with them, avoid them, so block the number, unfollow each other, unfollow the person rather, if need be, so that you're not seeing, like I said, their posts and stuff like that. Don't contact them. If you forgot something in their house, let it be forgotten. Let it be forgotten. We'll go and buy a new one. It's not the time you say, let me just come and pick up. That Ghana must go I left in your house. That my designer shoe. See, let it be there. Cut them off, cut off. Because every time you see this person or every time you maintain conversation and communication with this person, it's going to be hurtful. Okay, so try your best possible to sever contact, with them. And then resist the urge to start stalking them. This is what some people do. Because you're no longer dating this person, you start looking for, you start investing, you turn to PI, private investigator, you start checking everything going on in the person's life, you check their neighbor, you become friends with the neighbor, so that through the neighbor you can be getting information, you become friends with the sister's friend, so that the sister's friend can tell you about the sister, and then through the sister you know what's happening in his life, you become friends, you start going around everywhere, stalking them. Stop that, resist that temptation, don't do that. Don't do that. You start looking for gist everywhere about this person. No, don't do that. Resist that temptation to stalk them, whether it is physically or virtually. Resist it. Okay. In some cases, you may also need to get rid of those reminders, those triggers that you guys have. So maybe you have your pictures on the wall, pictures there. Get rid of those pictures. Remove them. Why? Because every time you look at them, it will activate the mind and it will remind you, the memory, and it will remind you of those things that endeared you to that person, and then you start crying all over again. So do your best to cut, that's all those things that will be triggers for you. Okay, as many of them as you can identify, find support groups, find godly support groups, godly friends who can help you take your mind out of that person, strengthen you, give you good advice, if possible, take a vacation. In some cases, you may even need to change location, depending on the level of connection and the heartbreak or the separation, whatever. In some cases, you may need to even change location, because you just need a fresh start, you need a fresh breeze, you need a fresh environment, okay? But more than all this, you need to be convinced to yourself that you are able to move on. You need to be convinced to yourself. You need to tell yourself, I will move on. I can move on. I'm not stuck with this person. He has nothing on me or she has nothing on me. I will move on. I'll find somebody better and I will enjoy my life. You need to be convinced about that. You see, the challenge I see is that many people disempower themselves by their thoughts. They feel like they are finished. Oh, how would they start again? Oh, how would they find somebody else? Oh, this person was everything to me. Calm down. You have not seen anything. You know nothing. There are better people out there. Okay, when Elijah thought he was a superstar to God, God told him, young man, I have over 7,000 prophets who have not bowed their knees to Baal. Stop overrating the importance of anybody in your life. Okay, they are not your God. If it's not going to work, you will get somebody else. Okay, and let me just end with this. Finally, ask God for help. Pray about it. I tell people that sometimes these heartbreaks can help you go through a personal retreat with God, and you just find comfort and consolation and strength, and you get a Rhema word, that keeps you moving, and you're strong again, you're whole again, and you're ready to face life. Okay, so I will stop here for now, please, because I don't like to stretch the time. Okay, I hope this has been a good use of your time. Please go on YouTube and subscribe to our channel and watch all the videos there. They will do you good. Refer people, share it with them. Something beautiful is coming. I won't let the cat out of the bag yet, but something beautiful is coming. I've been working on a lot of stuff that are very beautiful and it will be beneficial to you guys. Okay, I will be announcing very soon. Okay, because we are this close to complete. All right, thank you for hanging out with me again today on your favorite love show, Love Code with Maisie, and I'll be delighted to host you guys again next week. God bless you. Have a beautiful rest of the day wherever you are. And bye for now.